Dr. Joseph Asamoah, who is a real estate investor and who also teaches others how to invest. And he has over 30 years experience in the real estate business and teaches people how to manage cash flow and gain assets. But his approach and what we're going to talk about today is a little different than most, I would say, investors, because he provides opportunities for families who can't afford housing or a decent place to live for as long as they may need it. And Dr. Asamoah has a lot of advice on not only how we can become investors, but how we can help to address this issue of homelessness in not only in our nation's capital, but in other parts of the DMV. So with that, Dr. Asamoah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Denise. It's a pleasure and honor to be here.
Yeah, I want to, first of all, I know you have purchased over 30 houses in the what, DC and Maryland area. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, I own over that much. Yes.
Okay. And but it's not just owning these houses, it's who you're making the homes available to. So talk to us about why you decided to turn your properties over to primarily low-income families.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I own quite a number of properties in the area, and one thing I realized is that being a long time resident in the area, I noticed that the last few years been a lot of displacement, due to gentrification. A lot of families, unfortunately, have been pushed out, and so the idea is, what can I do to mitigate some of these effects of gentrification? So typically, what I do, I buy a house, I fix it up, and I rent them primarily to low-income families. And the idea is that there's a lot of families here, good families, who are just looking for a chance, looking for the opportunity to live in a nice house in a nice area, and hopefully rent from a good landlord. And so that's what I do. I buy a house, transfer them over or transform them to beautiful homes, and then rent them to the families who hopefully will see this as an opportunity to live in a nice house. Their children will be given the opportunity to have access to amenities which they maybe otherwise will not have. And it becomes really a win-win for everybody. The family wins, the community wins, the city wins, and obviously as an investor, I also win as well. So it's purely a win-win kind of scenario.
We did a story not too long ago about one young lady that you were able to bring on as a tenant, because one of the things that you talk about, there are a lot of good families in the DC area, and a lot of times when we think about low-income families or families that might be receiving local subsidies, I know the mayor's had a hard time because we have that NIMBY attitude about certain people.
Yep.
Not in my backyard. And we think that, and I hate to say it, but that's what folks think, there goes the neighborhood. But you've been able to address that. And tell us about this one young person that you rented to.
Yeah, so we fixed up a house up in the Old City, that's in Northeast DC, for example. And this family, she is living in Congress Heights. And essentially, the concern that she was homeless at one time, she took the family over from the abusive relationship to DC General, and then she moved back to a different apartment in Congress Heights. But the worry that the mother had, she had 5 children, was that every day that will the kids come home alive? She was scared that when they're coming home from school, they may get killed, shot. It was just a rough neighborhood. And when I went to visit her house, because as part of the screening process, I go to the family's homes to see how they keep the home. Her home was beautiful, immaculate, and she just kept telling me, "Don't judge me by what's outside. Judge me by what's inside." And that's really the point is that there's a lot of good families who are looking for an opportunity like her. And ever since she's been there, she loves it. The children are a part of the community. They've accepted her. And the kids are doing very, very well. And it's just really, again, it's really transforming lives and giving people an opportunity which they may otherwise not have had.
It's interesting because I said to you before we went on the show that, sometimes you have landlords who will rent properties and basically turn their backs, not only on the tenants, but turn their backs on the property. They're making money from the district or from the government, but they're not helping to invest in the property or to assist in any way to make sure that the tenants are safe. And we see a lot of that all over
Sure.
the city.
Yeah.
How do you prevent that? And we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to know, how do you prevent that?
No, I found that in this business, at least for one thing, a realization is that, if you take a nice house and you do what the landlord's responsible for, which is to, if something goes wrong, you fix it, and you take those health and safety issues seriously, then you can attract a type of family who will also reciprocate and do what they're supposed to do, which is to obviously take care of the home, pay the rent, be good citizens of the community, and hopefully stay a long time. So you can meet that happy medium where it's a win-win for all parties. So yes, from the landlord's perspective, it's important that you screen well, you screen right. And also, I think from the tenant's perspective, they're also looking for a quality landlord as well. So when you get that happy medium, a happy marriage, it works. It really works. There's a lot of good families there who are just yearning for this chance to live in a nice house, nice area. There's nothing complicated about it.
I guess it's just pleasant to have this conversation, to know that there are people who are finding a unique way to deal with the issue of gentrification and to keep families in the District of Columbia, regardless of income. And I know that you provide sort of some guidance for those others who may be looking at investing in real estate and also trying to maybe follow in your footsteps. Is there a way folks can reach out to you? I don't want to send a bunch of folks to you that might be looking for a place to live. I don't know how many houses you have left, but we do have your website here, so that's important. But
Yeah.
What opportunities do you offer for people who are really looking to follow
Sure.
in your footsteps?
Yeah, my whole thing is that the pie is big enough for everybody. It's not like if I teach Denise how to do what I do, she's going to buy the whole of DC up. It's not going to happen. Denise can't meet the needs. So my thing is to hopefully educate people on how to do it, how I do it, be a mentor, be a coach, be a sort of inspiration, such that hopefully walk them through the process, because there is a process to do this. And it's not easy, but it's doable. And it's a way whereby you can leave a legacy for your family, for your community, but also you can provide opportunities for other people as well. So you can go to my website, as you said here. I do have a Wealth Wednesdays, where every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Is on Instagram and Facebook at Dr. Joe, that's Dr. Joe Asamoah, on Instagram and Facebook, 7 p.m. We usually have it like an hour. Where I call it Wealth Wednesdays, where I just talk about different subjects and hopefully to provide quality education, quality information, and so hopefully inspire other people to replicate what I'm doing.
All right. We appreciate your time and your information and your heart. So keep up the great work, and we hope folks will join you on Wealth Wednesdays. We appreciate everything, Doctor.